morning and Merry Christmas again to all of you. Today we call it the Feast of Felicitations to the Blessed Mother. Technically, we still have it in our tradition. Anytime a baby is born, we come and congratulate the parents. Very appropriate, and it's in our tradition to do that as well. And the family in the Old Testament, the time of Jesus will become complete, husband and wife, whenever they have the children. And now what we call the fullness of the family as well, father, mother, and the children as well. Just look at the manger, look at Mary and Joseph, and Jesus in the middle. And what do we learn from that, seeing from that view, looking at them? And how we, in our own life, we cherish so many lessons that goes around it. The first thing, what we call the active silence, then looking at him, gazing at Jesus, saying in some ways, what's this great gift? We didn't have anything to do with it. We just carried him to bring him into this world, and what things would happen and unfold along the centuries as well, along the years. The second thing we learn from them is what we call it's the love and care of any parents toward their children is natural. When we talk about love, we talk about different types of love. But the love of father and mother toward their children is a natural love, instinctive love. They would do anything for their children. And here I look at Mary and Joseph. They will do anything for the baby Jesus. But what I would like to talk today is about whatever the gospel we heard, the Canticle of Mary, the Magnificat. And it's also steeped in the Old Testament. We find similar to it as well. It's closely related to Hannah's, who was the mother of Samuel. In Song of Praise, when she received her son, she couldn't have a son. And she was praying and praying, and finally, after old age, she will get a son. She will bring him to the temple, and after that, leave him. And she would sing songs of praises to God in so many ways. Mary has it in a different way, but a lot of it steeped in it. When we talk about revolution, this gospel talks about 3 revolutions from that perspective. What we call, first, the revolution, the moral revolution. He has scattered the proud in their thoughts of their hearts, and has lifted up, which means anyone who is so proud of himself and herself, Christ came to tell us, humble yourself down, bring yourself down. The moral thing, we look up to the people in top and position are like somewhat God. They're not God. They just should be the servants who are here to care for their perspective. The moral revolutions. And Christ wants to see us, each one of us, in the depths of our hearts and minds ourselves. See who we are, what kind of dignity we have. And our dignity comes from the Lord himself. He is the one who bestows upon us and gives us the proper dignity as well. The second thing, what we call the social revolution. He has brought down the powerful from their thrones and lifted up the lowly. You remember, we're not talking about political revolution, we're talking about social revolution. It's about, as I said, we're thinking about the one in charge who should be the servant of others, to care for the flock, for the society at large, for the community. Mary is a great example of that revolution as well. She lived it in so many ways. And as we are created at God's image, we have the power to reason, to love, to choose, so that we need to use them properly for the well-being of society as well. Remember, often, whenever we become people in charge, we think we are the creators. Remember always that we are the creatures. We're here, we're somebody above us, and we have to be accountable to that person one day, which is God himself. Maybe we could flee the wrath of people if we are corrupt, but one day will be standing in the presence of the Lord and He will judge us. And we have to be ready for that moment. And the third revolution is economic revolution. He has filled the hungry with good things and the rich sent away empty. We'll talk about here God who will satisfy our needs, who will really care for us, but He wants us to have that mentality that He should use us, you and I, to feed the hungry, care for the people, the poor, the needy. He depends on us. We should become His hands and His feet to do God's work in our own life. And that's what the Lord is entrusting us with, that mission. And He will do that in so many ways. And the difference, Christ lived those things. He was the greatest example. And Mary, His mother, became the one who bought into that approach and remembered, I am the servant of the Lord. Who was chosen to be the mother of God said, I am the servant of the Lord as well. I hope you and I, today as we talk, felicitation to the Blessed Mother, and Mary said, my soul magnifies the greatness of the Lord. Have you counted your blessings in life or not? We always count whatever is lacking, whatever is still missing. This is typical for us. I still need this and this and this and this. But have we counted our blessings in life? Have we counted what the Lord has already given us and He still gives us on a daily basis? So many things we take it for granted because we still need more and more and more. But the Lord is teaching us to really be satisfied with what we have. And like Mary, count our blessings. Count our blessings. We're way better than many and many, many others. And if you keep thinking about what's still missing in my life from material things, I will always be really depressed person. I will always be depressed person because I cannot reach the true inner peace that the Lord will give it to me. I hope today in my own life, I count my blessing and I sing praises to the Lord. Thank Him for first bringing me into this life, for every day He has given me. And hopefully I can make every day the best ever I could make it, to the glory and honor of the Lord Himself. Amen. أحبائي، نحن اليوم بنشيد مريم، هو نشيد نوعا ما ثوروي. بس الفرق بين الثورة السياسية والثورة المسيحية. ثورة سياسية وثورة شعب يمكن بيضحوا بأشخاص من أجل قضية، من أجل مصلحة معينة. لكن السائر المسيحي بيضحي بذاته من أجل الآخرين. فرق كبير، واحد بيضحي بالغير، واحد بيضحي بذاته. والمسيح اجى يضحي بذاته بكلمة المعنى. أول شيء ضحى بمجد السماء ليجي على الأرض ويعيش أحزان الأرض ومشقات الأرض. من هون بنشوفه هو بطفل اللي هو سيد الدهور، بخالق كل شيء بمزود حقيقي، مش بقصر، بمزود حقيقي. هون تيعيش آلام الأرض ويشارك أحزان الأرض وآلام الأرض. ومريم هي معه بهالحنو وهالمحبة الطبيعية لأم تهتم بابنها بكلمة المعنى. بنشيد اليوم في ثورة، أنا بسميها ثورة المحبة المسيحية، ثورة ضد الكبرياء. كبرياء الإنسان بيشوف حاله إنه أنا الله خلقني وكسر القالب. إيه، الله خلقك وكسر القالب، بس كمان تواضع شوي، لأنه الله ما بيعمل شخصين، كل واحد منا وحده خاص. ثورة ضد فساد حكام الأرض، وثورة ضد محتكرين خيرات الأرض. إن شاء الله أنتوا أنا إخوتي على مثال مريم نعرف إنه الثورة بتبدأ من الداخل. ونقول له للرب أنا خادم وأنا خادمة لك، أنا هون تتمم مشيئتك بحياتي، على مثال ابنة مريم العذراء وعلى مثال كل القديسين اللي عاشوا حياتهم. آمين.